Hello and welcome everyone, I am Ducky Obrien and today I'll be going over Midnight Protocol. Midnight Protocol was developed by LuGus Studios and it was published by Iceberg Interactive. It was released onto the PC on October 13th, 2021 with an MSRP of $14.99. Alright, I want to get into it. This is a pretty neat puzzle game. It's under the guise of being a hacker, but I can tell you guys that hacking is nothing like this. It's more mundane and tedious and very boring and time consuming. But it's a really fun puzzle game. So I'm gonna start a new save file. I was having a lot of fun. Okay. You can read this. Charges against Data dropped in a surprise change of course. UN DGSec has announced it'll be dropping all charges against Data. Data is the person you're playing against. A prominent hacktivist at the center of several major anti-monopoly and transparency ops, Data was arrested last year following an identity leak. A press statement reads, after a thorough re-examination of all available evidence, the Digital Security Office cannot verify beyond reasonable doubt that the individual in our custody is responsible for the cybercrimes committed under that alias. Consequently, we see no elements that necessitate an extension of the arrest warrant. In layman's terms, Data could have been anyone. DigiSec's decision appears to validate widespread criticism that the case was built on shaky foundations. From the editorial team at thewire.org, Data, wherever you are, whoever you are, keep fighting the good fight. Okay. You don't play with the mouse, by the way, you just use your keyboard. You just type in whatever you want, it'll fill it in for you. Okay, so you just press the key that is in the brackets, so E for email to go there. And then you got this Clover fella. And so you've been arrested, released, and you're going back into hacking, and they're like, don't do it. And you can respond. Just press tab to auto-complete it. Okay. This is the hacking minigame. Usually you have some sort of narrative elements tied to it. If you look in the upper right hand corner, I have 2 action points. Everything takes an action point. So here, if you look at the lower left hand corner, this is where you type in your commands. Do move F0. And then you can use drain to steal money from the node. And then we have no action points left, so you just end. The enemy's turn, it will activate a trace to try to track you down, and when that upper bar fills up, you'll lose. You don't lose right away though. What it does is it drains credits from you, or worse. So, okay. So we drained it, now all the money is gone, and we can just exit. Get graded based on the stats here. Another email. So this person named the Kraken is the one who doxed you. And you're trying to look for him. Or her. So you're just keeping your head down while trying to track down the Kraken. I like this game because it still has a lot of narrative elements. It's a puzzle game with a story. Kind of interested in knowing what happens. If you mess up, you can restart the puzzle at any time. So if you look here, I can reroute. If I use that command, I decrease the trace by 3. Can I type in cloak now? Okay, no. If F0. Now we can use cloak. So this is a stealth program. Basically, it gives the trace a chance to fail. See, it failed right there. You saw also have a program called Leech. Now if you look here, Cloak is using all 8 of your quote-unquote slices, so you can adjust it to half by typing in slice cloak 4, and then you can type in Leech and it'll use the other 4 cores as well. You can type in remove command name to stop them from running. I can move to F1 now because Leech is in place. I'll leech this one too. And then drain it. Okay, that should be done and we can exit. You can press tab to autocomplete commands and names. You can use shortened versions of commands. It's handy. The only thing I can complain about is like waiting for the trace to go through, and it kind of slows down inputs. I wish you could just type faster. Anyways. Okay. Snail is another character as well. Okay. So some nodes have walls or ice. The wall one you have to damage. And you have to wait for it to break down the wall. Now, downloading takes 2 turns. It might take whatever turns. You just have to wait it out. If you have nothing to do, you just sit there. But usually the maps are larger and you just bounce around. We got that. You threw in a hangman program for free to tighten up security. Basically, if you go to that node, you can't use any other programs, and it increases trace by 1. Okay. Also, if you read this letter, they're skimming off profits. So now we have the sniffer. These are your abilities, the programs we've been using. You can unlock new ones and then equip them for each puzzle. It's pretty neat. It's very straightforward if you think of it as a puzzle game as opposed to, you know, a hacking game, which it isn't. Okay, I'm gonna sniffer F0. So it has a set amount of slices and it runs for a set amount of time, and you can't do anything about it. So it's set to run for 2 turns. So if you sniffed that out and there was nothing there and you moved on and you would move to the next area, you would have to wait for a sniffer to be available for using it again. So it's kind of like a risk versus reward type of gameplay, where if you want to be safe, it's gonna slow you down and you're gonna get your chances of being caught a lot higher. Whereas if you just risk it, you might save some slices, you might save that ability, but then you might run into something, so. Okay. See, a leech is gonna keep running. I forgot to sniff it out. I mean, even if you did, you can't really do anything about this one. At least with the current stuff that I have, or maybe I can. Now we have the evidence. We can forward to the police, do nothing, or just give it to myself. I'm gonna forward it to the police. There's like a reputation mechanic where you can be a white hat hacker, where if you do good stuff, follow the law, then you get more defensive abilities. Gray hat is you do whatever, just unlock more stuff, and then black hat is you're out for yourself and you gain more offensive abilities. So oh, and wait. I thought I was over, no? Oh yeah, exit takes a turn. Just press tab to have it autocomplete. Oh. So you research Sanic Corp. It just looks like Sanic. So it's funny. If you look here, there's some servers. This one's operating normally. You pick that one because the Kraken's gonna go hack into that one. And now we can go write another email. We can go to send mail. Okay. We can be like, yo, we can set up a trap for the Kraken. Okay. The black market will sell you new programs. You can use control to move around. I turn on cloak, I move to F0. Install leech here. Move back to AO. We'll just go. Yeah. I should run the sniffer. Whatever. Okay. There's a hangman, yep. And then something goes haywire. You're looking for me. Yes, these nuts. I contradict you, you contradict me. She had to die, she had to be better. Who? Rachel? This is Batman? I swear to God though, if it's the story is like, oh, Kraken was yourself, it was an alternate personality at odds with you, I'm gonna be like flipping the table. So cliche, but you know what? I sort of like it. Okay. Should be okay. This is hilarious. The phishing email. Oh, I forgot the Trojan. Oh shoot, did I fail this? I'm a fool. Oh my goodness, I got so lucky. Oh my god, I'm getting lucky as heck. Why isn't the Trojan working? Yes, I got so lucky there. I completely forgot to install the Trojan. I'm a fool. Luckily the cloak put off the tracing. So here's Snail. Okay. So here you got an interesting approach to the game. Jackhammer will break the wall down. It does more damage. And the only drawback is that it quote unquote creates more noise. So then you get an increase in the trace. So it's like you can break the wall quickly, but you also get caught more quickly. Tunnel on the other hand will let you securely go to another node. Eats 3 slices and it lasts 3 turns, so you can't really use this a lot. And then you got Gatekeeper where you can teleport back to a node. So interesting ways to play. I'll show you guys the tunnel. Make sure you install it. Should we get rid of the Trojan? Or, you know what? Yeah, let's just try this. And then you start to open up the game here, and there are like side missions you can do that kind of teach you new mechanics or new ways to play. Okay, so you can kind of look around here. One thing you can do is you can restart and the puzzle stays the same, so... Oh, I gotta end. Forgot to turn on my cloak. So if you look here, you can tell that there's nothing from AO to that point. And then for F1 there's a wall. So what you can do is you can just restart. You can rebuild your deck if you want. The game is very flexible. That's why I like this quite a bit. There's really very little frustration. The levels do get a lot more larger. You do have to keep that in mind. Oh wait, I made a mistake there. I can't have two stealth programs. So if I do tunnel F1... Oh, I gotta activate first. So I gotta remove cloak. I did this unoptimally. Again, you can restart it if you want. And now that I tunnel to F1, I can move there and bypass any ice. But the downside is now I can't use cloak. Okay, what I can do is I can move back to A0. And I can reroute. I lose 3 trace dots. Activate my cloak. Now I could do leech and drain. Oh, I didn't even... Yeah, that's it. I did everything here. Troll toll. So you can activate a bridge node anywhere in the network when used grants 1 extra action. That's actually pretty good. Okay. We'll just keep going. I'll play a few more. I'll play this one and then we'll call it there. The levels are easy for now, but they do get a lot harder. They get a lot larger as well. That's what she said. So that thing protects the financial node. You can tell by looking at the arrow there. You have to decrypt it. And when it's down to 0, you can go hack whatever it was protecting. Might be, I forgot if there was something here. Now we can just tunnel. What? Oh. Yeah, let's just go. Let's just move there. No. Okay, well. I don't know if it's better to tunnel or just to have the cloak, because then there's a chance you don't activate the trace. See right here? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And stun, we can just exit. We got a spoon. I wish you could install more stuff. We could just remove that, play the level, and then run into everything, activate everything, trigger everything, and then redo it. Oh, I'll do this one. This one kind of shows more of the narrative side. 127.0.1.0.0.1 is home. It's pinging yourself. Look at this. So this is from Clover. It's like F you. If you're reading this, F you, it means I couldn't talk you out of getting behind a terminal again. Yeah, I get it. You got doxxed, it's bad. But now that they let you go, maybe in some way, please don't take this badly. It was a good thing, like a chance to figure out who you really are beyond just data. Yeah, ironic coming from me. I know this whole hacking thing with you and Snail, it was what I needed. I love what we do. I guess I'm hoping we're not just that. It's the healthgenic job too that mess with me, data. Easy to forget that behind all this, there's real people, real lives, you know. I could do with some perspective. Wanna just do some offline with normie crap, sometime watch a movie, go for a coffee. Wow, offline normie stuff. And then here's a letter from Snail. Hiya kid, I'll be level with you. Clover put me up to this. Think you'll agree it's not my style. You know, when she was here, when word got out, it was pissing it down and she just come in sopping wet. Too cool for an umbrella. Gave me the usual quit smoking for Elena as she does. Then the newsfeed updated. Prominent hacktivist data in custody. Bloody hell, she looks so very small. Go easy on her, okay, data, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Take care, kid. Yeah, there's like some character here, some character writing, some narrative stuff, and then a really fun, very forgiving puzzle game. Because again, you can restart and remake your deck at any time. It doesn't punish you once you learn how the puzzle works and what the layout is. It's pretty easy. So it's a lot of fun. It's no stress. So you get an email for something called the wire trials, and it's like a competition. So then you get all of these different missions, and it kind of opens up, and they get way harder. They get way bigger too. But why don't we call it there? I think that's enough footage. Once again, the game is Midnight Protocol, developed by LuGus Studios and published by Iceberg Interactive, out for the PC with the MSRP of $14.99. Thank you so much for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully it gave you guys an idea of what the game is like. If you have any questions, comments, things you'd like to see or for me to cover, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there. And I will catch you guys next time. It's like, look, man, I'm a hacker man. That's what Hollywood thinks hacking looks like. I'll catch you guys next time.